trying this again. I just went live and apparently my microphone wasn't working. Let's see if it works this time. Hey guys, if you are catching me replay and you miss me and you want to see me next time, check out the link in the description below. I basically have both on my website and on my Facebook page links so that you can figure out the next time I'm going to be on live. So just check out my events on my Facebook or my website, and then you can see the next time I'm going live. And I try to go live at least twice a month. I want to get that number up there a lot more for you guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? And sorry about the headphones and all the nerdy Star Wars stuff behind me. I'm in my husband's bedroom. I'm so close to having my studio all hooked up. I have a shed outside that I've got all decorated and woo-wooed out. Thank you guys. But it's outside and it still needs power, and it's really cold outside because I'm in Colorado and we just had a snow. So I can't go out there if it's very cold. But hopefully I'm gonna get power out there soon. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, website, Facebook. That's how you guys can find me. Excuse me for next time. And yeah, I think today we're basically just going to be doing live readings for like an hour. And we basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a group reading, a reading for everybody. And so if you're watching replay and you want to still have a message, check out what I'm about to read here first. And then I think I'm going to do a little combo of individual readings where we play games to guess, and you get that reading. And then I think I'm going to end with speed readings. Yeah, you can hear me. Thank you guys. So stick around because we'll have a message for everyone at the beginning. Then we'll do those individual longer readings. And then towards the end, we'll do speed readings. So everyone that has a question, hopefully I can just give you like one sentence answers. But yeah, guys, I hope your holidays were great. And sort of the theme that I wanted to do for today's lunch readings is just sort of thinking about 2020 as a whole, and honestly just not thinking about it. That's what I should say, just letting it go. Setting our intentions for the new year. And so that's sort of what I'm asking our guides for guidance on today. And I'm sort of feeling like that's the theme of today. Like I was driving in my car and I had like 2 news stations come up and like talk about the year and give advice. And so I feel like our guides are coming through to just be like, let go of this year, but also know that in 2 days you're not going to feel incredibly different. You're not going to feel like, oh my gosh, it's a new year, everything is better. And so I think what I learned this year with my guides is that really, if you set the intention that your year is going to suck and it's not going to get better until X date, it's true that will happen. You will manifest that happening. But if you decide that, you know what, yeah, things are crappy right now, and I'm going to still try to make it the best it can be, and I'm going to not say that my year is only going to get better once this date starts, then you can have that 2021 energy anytime you want. And so that's sort of the energy that I've been getting from our guides so far, of like, hey, you could have started this reset at any time, and don't feel like just because December 31st is over and January 1st hits, that means that, there's a new year and everything is erased. Again, that reset can happen at any time. This year sucked. Well, and I think that's the thing, is our guides are very much like, well, if you set that intention and if you say the whole year sucked, then yeah, it will. But if you say, you know what, I'm going to restart tomorrow, or I'm going to restart tonight, or I'm going to restart, you can restart at any time. That's what I'm hearing them saying already. I actually have that affirmation in my phone. And I think with the whole New Year's and the intentions, like I don't really like New Year's resolutions or even talking about it in that way, because we get into this very limited mindset of, oh, things can only be better once the new year starts. And then what happens if you have a shitty day? And then you feel like, oh, I have to wait till next year for things to get better. You know, if you have a crappy month, you don't have to wait for the whole year to be over to start over. Thank you, Danielle. I got this. I'll link the Etsy shop in the description down below. But I follow this lady. She does like resin art, and she makes these little Ouija board planchettes, and I just love them. There's a little moth, a fake paper moth inside. Okay, so I just pulled some cards. This is the general reading for everyone. Kind of, I sort of asked, you know, leaving this year, going into next year, what do we need to keep in mind? We need to be flexible. This camera's pretty good. And I pulled this in the reverse position, which to me, I sort of just read that as we're not doing a very good job at this right now. You know, think about this year and how much, how unprepared we were for all of it. And so when you go into the new year thinking about, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that whatever does happen, I'm going to adjust to, you're going to be able to flow a lot easier. You're going to be able to roll with the punches and recorrect, you know, if there's something else that happens that you're just not expecting. And I think that was a big lesson that we also learned for this year, is what I'm hearing. Our guides are like, we had to learn how to be flexible this year. That is like the word of this year. Come to the Edge is our second card. And I'm tuning into my guides. I'm getting this feeling in my chest of like confidence. Like, come to the edge. This card is usually sort of like facing your fears. You're really at a spot where you know things need to change, and things need to change pretty like drastically. It's not just like, oh, do something a little bit different in your routine. This is like, what is not working in your life big time that you need to get rid of. And so I think as we go into the new year, our guides want us to think about, okay, what's not working right now? You know, is it a job? Is it a home? Is it a relationship? I'm feeling like big energy around this, like something big that we've all been avoiding for a really long time. And, you know, now that I think about it, I was getting this message last night when I was sort of thinking, when I think about these live readings, I sort of tune into our guides ahead of time, and I'm like, okay, what's kind of the message that I should be giving out towards the beginning? And the other thing that I was hearing is like, we are all, I mean, let me know in the comments, raise your hand if you are still feeling stuck right now. And I mean, I certainly am. I feel like I'm still trying to learn some of the lessons from this year and just get out of like a rut. And I think my husband made a good point. The rut this year has been a lot because we've stayed at home, we've done the same thing day in and day out, and sometimes you just have to mix up what you're doing in order to just get out of stuff. And I think that this card is also saying like, we need a big change. Like, we need to get ourselves off the couch, we need to move, we need to make a drastic change so that we can just get out of that routine. I don't know about you guys, but this year has been so hard for me to not just like wake up, sit on the couch, do nothing. Excuse me. And I've only been able to do that so much because I have a newborn. But I think this pandemic, because we have to be at home, it's a lot easier for us to be like, I'm going to sit on my couch and do nothing and watch Netflix all day. And so I think we all need to just recognize what it is that's not working for us. To me, it's the TV, and it's sitting and watching TV all the time and just like not sticking to a routine of like getting healthy or working out or just getting out of the house or setting work hours. Figure out what that is for you. And I'm sure gut feeling, you guys are probably going to be like, it's my relationship, it's my living space, it's my job, whatever it is. Come to the edge, face that fear, and be willing to jump off. Take that leap of faith to change that. And I think this card is sort of just reiterating that. This is time to go. And this card is sort of about, you can see there's like a little door at the end of this pathway, and it's saying you need to move forward. We need to let go of the past, move forward to get out of this rut. I'm just gonna ask, how do we get out of this rut? I'm just feeling like such a sluggish energy. Um, Deep knowing. So I'm first getting, our guides are saying, connect with your intuition. For those of you who feel like you don't really know how to connect with your guides. But on another level, this deep knowing card is just like, it's that coming to the edge. It's like, we know what needs to change, and we're just stuck in it right now. And maybe we're afraid. Maybe we're afraid to switch jobs. Maybe we're afraid to make that next step. But don't let fear get in your way. Your guides, as long as you're connecting with spirit, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, they're going to be helping you. They're going to be showing you the way. And what was this question? This question was, how do we get out of the rut? And I think the how is to just trust, to co-create with the universe, to understand that they've got our back, and to use your intuition. Because really, at any point in your life, no matter what's going on, you can always pull out a tarot deck, you can sit and meditate, you can talk to your guides, you can get some clarity, you can pull cards, you can do a pros and cons situation. But right now, we need to face the things that are not working for us, get rid of them, come to the edge, time to go. It's like we just need to leave this yucky energy in the past. And I'm hearing also, our guides are saying, like, do a ritual, do something to you that feels significant to release this energy. Like, at first I saw them like saying, go take like a bath, like take an Epsom salt bath, and as you maybe let the water out of the tub, imagine all the stresses of this year, everything that you're still holding on to, go down the drain with the water. Another thing that you can do is you could just do like a full moon ritual. Let's see, what else? Just anything intention based, doing a shamanic journey, really connecting to your intuition. I know, and I'm not saying this just because my channel is like about strengthening your intuition, but I really feel like this card for this year is about understanding our intuitive abilities more and being able to connect with them a lot more so that we can get our own answers. So we don't have to go see a psychic. We can always connect, always know what that next step is with our guides. Yes, Danielle, I agree. And serendipity, I'm just hearing that this is like immediate future, like in the next week or two. Serendipity, it's like pay attention to the little signs, the things that line up perfectly, those like things that are coincidences, or you would label as coincidences, but are not. Serendipitous experiences, I'm trying to think of an example, but it's just those moments where you ask the universe for something, and then all of a sudden, you go out and something weird happens and it gets delivered to you in a really interesting way. And I'm okay. They're saying that it has to do with this intuition. This is how you're going to start developing your intuition. And that makes so much sense because that's how I started. Focus. I started by just paying attention to the itty bitty signs. And I'm getting that that's where you can start. Even if you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to connect to my intuition. That's so hard. That's so complicated. You can check out my videos. Obviously, that's all about what I do. But sometimes paying attention to the little stuff, really, it starts to hone your brain to pay attention to the signs. And then the more you pay attention to the little stuff, the bigger and bigger the messages get, because you start to identify, oh, this is my psychic ability versus, oh, this is just my logical mind. So if you're wanting to know how to hone that intuitive sense more, start with just those serendipitous signs. Pay attention to them because they're coming your way in the near future. And I'm also hearing that, sorry, sometimes they talk so fast I have to remember what they said and go backwards. It's like the little serendipitous signs, they're going to lead you to what's going to work for you intuitively. So maybe they'll lead you to a book on clairaudience, or maybe they lead you to a class that you find online that's about shamanic journeying. They're trying to show you how you connect intuitively, and all of us connect in different ways. Some things work better for other people. Some people really like tarot cards. Some people really like shamanic journeying. Some people like channeling, you know, whatever it is, maybe it's automatic writing. These, once you start to notice these little signs, they're going to be pushing you into the direction that they can communicate with you more, because they're like, first things first, we need you to hear us. So we're going to figure out how to get you to communicate with us best. And then we can move forward onto the messages of your personal life. But if you know that, you know, automatic writing is what works for you, they're going to push you towards that, so that you can communicate with them better. They're like, that's the first order of business, is we're going to help you figure out what your intuitive strengths are. Intuitive strengths, that's what I'm hearing. Hi, Michelle. Awesome. That was a great message for all of us. Sorry that took so long. So I sort of start my live readings by giving a message to everyone. And that's because if you miss me live and you want to see replay, you don't have to like sift through and try to find where it is. It's always going to be right at the beginning. Interesting. I didn't expect the intuitive stuff to come out. I mean, I did expect the whole, like, get rid of the stuff that's not working, for sure. All right, let's do individual readings. And what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of my guessing game that I like to play. And then we will do speed readings towards the end. So stick around. If you want to get a longer reading, we'll go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, even if you stay till the end, I'll try to answer everyone's questions really quickly. And if you don't want to wait, send me a donation through my PayPal or my Venmo, which is in the description below, and I will make sure that you guys get a reading. And I should have my phone close by. Okay. All right, I have to think of a category. This might be a bad category, but I'm thinking of a cookie. If you can think of the cookie that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. I'm still thinking about Christmas and cookies. Ooh, snickerdoodle. This might just make me hungry. Yeah. Not snickerdoodle, not gingerbread. If you can think of the cookie that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. And the reason why I do this is because I want to, one, make you guys use your psychic ability and try to guess the image or the sound that I'm sending out, so that you can practice your psychic abilities. And I also set the intention that whoever needs the reading will get the reading the most. I don't like to do lists. Nobody's gotten it yet. Not sugar cookies, not shortbread. I mean, I'll give you a hint. It's technically a sugar. Or is it a sugar? Well, they're all sugar cookies. Oh. I feel like I need the Jeopardy song while I wait. I was thinking, Michelle, it's like when you go to eat and your mask is still on and you're like, oh, crap. Or when you pick up a water bottle and forget to take off the cap. I'll give you a hint. It has nuts in it. I had a feeling this was going to be a bad one. Oh, sorry. Crunching the ice into my mic. I don't know how loud this mic is. I can't wait to be out in my studio. If you've seen some of my recent videos, I've been filming in my studio, and unfortunately there's no power to it right now, so I can't like heat it up very easily, but I can't wait. I'm going to get power to it soon. Dang it. Okay, here, maybe nobody can guess. I'll think of a different thing. Oh, Angie got it. Macadamia nut cookies. Angie, let me know in the comments what your question is. Just keep track of my time. Let me know what your question is, and I will pull some cards. Today I'm using Wisdom of the Oracle deck. If you want to go ahead, if you like some of the cards in here, go onto my website. I put up a product page now because I recommend so many products, and it's hard to just go back on my YouTube channel and like find them. So I put like all the tarot cards, all the books, all the products that I recommend on my website. I think I'm also going to put recommendations for like, I don't know, other stuff. Like people have been asking me, oh, do you know a Reiki master? Do you know a medical intuitive teacher? And I need to sort of just like get those all up. If I don't teach it myself is my point. Aren't they great? I love Colette Baron Reed. Trying to think what else. How do you see my business going with my art and photography? Do you see it being more successful in 2021? I'm like automatically, Angie, getting yes because of like COVID. Like if you're comparing it to this year, I feel like people are going to be spending more is what I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing you just being like way more motivated to like put yourself out there. Hello, welcome. I'm reading Angie really quick. Like my first thing, Angie, I'm seeing you just being like super in the zone, like putting yourself out there on social media, like really reaching out and like making packages that make sense to people. Like, I don't know, doing whatever you can to like try to book as many people. Like I just see that you're more excited about it. And so if you're not feeling that way right now, I would say that could be an instruction of figure out how to get excited, figure out how to get motivated about it. For me, that's like making sure I get enough sleep and making sure I don't overbook myself and giving myself enough time during the workday so I don't feel overwhelmed. But whatever that means to you, maybe it means, meditating every morning or I don't know, something like that. And so, Angie, what I pulled for you is time for a nap, but I pulled it in reverse. So I sort of think that's the opposite. Don't sit on it right now. Don't like rest. Just take action. Do any little thing that you can to just push that forward. I should have done my nails before I did this. My nails look like crap. But yeah, don't rest on it. Don't wait, Angie. Just do anything you can, even if it's like updating something on your website, something small. And then I also pulled the Soulmates card, which is interesting. Let me tune into that. Surface level, it feels like maybe there's somebody you love, not necessarily even a romantic relationship. It could be family that could help you. I'm just going to pull a card to clarify. That's interesting. Okay. So it says clean it up. I asked, okay, like give me some more clarification on this card. So maybe there's something around a relationship in your life right now that is not doing so hot. And so cleaning it up, just get it. I feel like it's like decluttering that, getting it out of the way so it's not a distraction. I don't know if I'd be curious if that makes sense or if I'm reading these incorrectly. I'm also feeling like the soulmate card, Angie, if you don't already do it, maybe if you do like engagement photos or weddings or just couple portraits in general. I mean, and I'm hearing it could even be family stuff, just like showing that family love. I feel like you're really good at seeing that connection and like photographing it. And so maybe your strong suits as a photographer are not, taking photos of like products like shoes or something like that. Maybe your strong suit is taking shots of people, families together in love. Maybe you're really good at that. And so if you're putting more of those images out, maybe you'll attract more business because maybe that's some of your better stuff. I just focused on photography mostly, but I feel like that's the same for art. Focusing now more on landscape photography. Well, and I would say even just the essence of this, when I think soulmates, like I think love and finding passion. So, you know, even if you're doing landscape photography, how can I like the challenge that I'm hearing is like, how can you communicate love through your landscape photography? And I think when, you know, I'm a photographer and videographer myself, so I'm a little opinionated on this, but I think that when we try to capture something in a lens of I want to show this as gritty, dirty, you know, scary. I want to show this as loving, beautiful, whatever. You end up you end up taking shots differently. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Awesome. Thank you, Angie. Hey, everyone. So what I'm doing is I'm doing individual readings right now, and then we will do speed readings toward the end. So how I do individual readings is you play a fun little game with me, and then towards the end, we will do speed readings so everyone will get their questions answered, hopefully. I'm thinking of a color. If you can think of the color that I'm thinking of, I'm sending it to you, then you get the next reading. You're welcome, Angie. I think you're going to do a really good job, Angie. I think you are going to be more successful. For whatever reason, it's coming from passion and drive and your like oomph. That's gonna be like the core of it, the anchor. Bummer. Pan, check out the video that I did on automatic writing. And know also that just because you do automatic writing doesn't mean, Michelle, you got it. It's pink. Even if automatic writing or something specific doesn't work for you, try something else. Michelle, you got it. So let me know in the comments what your question is, or in the chat room, I should say. Yay! I like what you did, Priscilla. That's cool. I didn't even know that's an emoji. Is that an emoji? Can you choose colors? Custom emojis. Are they symbols? Oh, no. Oh, I thought I screwed up my... I need to stop playing around. I'm trying to think, like, for example, when I took my courses in psychic development, we did like a few exercises around scrying, which is looking, think crystal balls, looking at an object and trying to find an image in the object. And you can do this with like crystal balls. You can do it with like a white piece of paper or a completely black piece of paper. Scrying bowls full of water, they're completely black, so you can't see anything. But I sucked at scrying. That doesn't mean you don't have the psychic ability. It just might mean that it doesn't work for you. Maybe you're not very clairvoyant or clairaudient. Maybe for whatever reason, your automatic writing just doesn't work for you. I have so many. Okay. I'll try to ask Michelle what the underlying word of advice is for you to try to encompass all of that. I would also say, Michelle, if you missed it, check out the reading that I did at the beginning, because I'm hearing that that applies to you as well. That's kind of like a group reading that I did for everyone. And if you guys don't want to wait around to do an individual reading or a chat, send me a donation, a $5 donation through Venmo or PayPal, and I'll make sure you get a reading, short reading. So Michelle, right now, I think this is just like chaos and conflict. This card is like knowing that crap has to hit the fan for things to get better. And so your guys they're just wanting you to take comfort in knowing that everything feels chaotic because it's trying to fall into place in a better way than it was before. So I'm hearing that resisting it is going to make it worse. So if you're accepting that, you know what, maybe my idea of how this is supposed to look isn't correct, or maybe that's not correct, but maybe it's just not the best way I could be handling it. Just having that attitude might move things along quicker, because you just are like, I'm not going to control it. I'm going to be flexible. I'm just going to let whatever is supposed to happen. And then I just want to look at the book for this card, because I can't remember. Okay. So I pulled the poised card in reverse, and I just wanted to check that I was right on it. And so this card in reverse, it said, like, you're not ready to move forward right now, and that's okay. Sometimes, you know, you don't have to have everything fixed overnight. I'm hearing that maybe there's lessons right now that are needing to be learned, and that's why it's not moving forward quick enough. Is like, you're too close to it. Take a step back, observe what's happening, and be like, oh, maybe this is, you know, I'm having an issue with this person because I need to, I don't know, accept the fact that, you know, they're in my life and I can't do anything about it or something. I don't know. I know what you mean, Michelle. So I would say for this card specifically, it's like, just take a breath. Like, don't feel like you have to push anything. Just focus on you, focus on day-to-day things. What I was saying at the beginning is like, just get back into a routine that suits you. Making sure that you're not cramming too much into a day, but also make sure that you are scheduling downtime for yourself, alone time for yourself. I feel like this is a message for me as well. Um, but I'm hearing just like, right now your daily schedule is doesn't suit you. So, you know, making sure that you're eating a good breakfast, like waking up on time, waking up at the same time. You know, I'm hearing that this is a message for everybody, but when you wake up at this different times every day, you feel more tired because you're not on a rhythm. And so sometimes literally just setting an alarm clock for the same time every day to go to sleep at the same time and to wake up at the same time can make you feel like infinitely better. So I'm kind of getting that vibe, Michelle. It's just like, literally focus on the basics, like take a shower, make sure you get breakfast, schedule work time, schedule downtime, schedule time where you are, you know, doing whatever you need to feel more connected and more intuitive. I'm really, Michelle, go back to that original that group reading that I did. It's like connecting to your intuition. Your guides are trying to send you messages of how to handle this, and you're just not hearing them. Um, and a leg up, Michelle. So a leg up is like, it's okay to ask for help. This is like a little polar bear riding on his mom, you know, because he can't walk, he can't move as fast without her help. So it's okay to ask for help, Michelle. Okay. Hey everybody, if you're just now joining us, what I'm doing is I'm doing live readings. First, I did sort of a group reading for everybody. So check that out. If you, I sort of set the intention that everyone watching live or replay, that's a message for you. So if I don't answer your question, maybe check that out and you'll feel some sort of, I don't know, message in there for you. And then I think I'm going to do one more kind of one-on-one shorter reading, which we play a guessing game to figure out who that is. And then after I do this next reading, I'm going to do really fast, what are they called? Speed readings. And speed readings are like, everybody throws up their questions and I try to answer them as quickly as I can. So stick around for that, because you might get a little bit of guidance, even if it's just like a sentence or two. But if you don't want to wait, send me a donation through my PayPal or my Venmo, and I will get that to you. My computer's making weird noises. Or I will get a reading for you. Sorry. And also, if you go on my website, you can book a reading with me. I do 15-minute email readings. I do 30-minute readings and an hour and a half readings. My PayPal, I don't know. I think it's in the description. I've changed it so many times I don't have it memorized. I'm so sorry. All right. Okay. Next live reading. I am thinking of, I have to look around my room for inspiration. Husband's room. I just want to do colors. I'm thinking of a color. If you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. Sorry, Crystal. Maybe I can look it up really quick. if you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, I'm sending it out. It should be really easy, hopefully. I don't even know where to go to figure out my PayPal. The crappy thing about PayPal is that it takes a percentage. I hate it, but I'm still not monetized yet. I have enough subscribers to be monetized, but YouTube has made it now that you have to have a certain number of watch hours, and I'm still only like halfway. So watch my videos, please. Even if you just like play it in the background on your computer, that would help me a lot. Yellow, RBY Creations. You got it. Danielle was so close. So RBY Creations, let me know what your question is. If it's the same question as above, oh, thank you, Michelle. I'll have to look into that. If it's your same question above about Amber, I can just read that one. Yes, it is. Okay. What is Amber's intentions feeling about me? We both work at Amazon. She keeps looking at me a lot. Oh, okay. I'm going to pull 2 cards. What she thinks of you and what you think of her. That's kind of like an abbreviated spread. I do, I think it's called the Bear Claw spread or something. Maybe that's wrong, but to see like a relationship, and you do one side is how they think of you, the other side is how you think of them, and then you do like the core of your relationship, blah, blah, blah. So how she feels about you. I got the tribe card, and the tribe card is like in the upright position, is very much like people that fit into your tribe, people that like the same things as you. So I'm immediately getting that Amber, if it's not romantic, she at least feels like she could be friends with you because maybe you guys like the same things, or maybe she just has like a feeling that like we could get along. And I'm thinking of like when you meet someone, like it's an acquaintance and like you're at a party or something and you're like, wow, I really get along with them and I really like would want to hang out with them, but it's awkward to be like, hey, can I have your phone number so we can hang out as friends? Like that's the exact energy that I'm getting around her. So I would say if you can do anything to like, well, COVID, but it's always COVID. If you can like invite her to something like and not make it sound like a weird date either, like maybe it's like, oh, I'm having a few friends over for beers or something. That might be something to do because I think she senses that you guys would get along together, but she feels like weird about asking. And then how you feel about her, I pulled the happy card, which I'm just getting that you guys are both like, you want to hang out with each other. You want to like, I don't know, maybe there's some romantic feelings there, but you both feel good things towards each other. So why not just try to like find something fun to do? Even if it's like outdoors, like, hey, I'm going to go ice skating or something with my friends. That might be weird, but I'm just going to ask what you can do to like further that relationship on. I just got the regeneration card, which is sort of like, regeneration card is actually kind of a big energy card. Usually it's about letting go of the past and really trying to do things differently. So letting go, I'm hearing this like letting go of the mental or the worries around, oh, will she reject me? Oh, will this be weird? And just go for it. I'm not sure about her. She's a mystery on my side. Well, I would even just start with like conversations in the workplace. Maybe inviting her out is a little too forward right now, but I'm getting that you guys would actually get along really well, is at least what you should know. So if you want to explore that a little bit more, even as friends, definitely reach out. Will I be able to develop my clairs? Yes, of course. Check out my whole video. I don't know which one it is, but I do a whole video on how being psychic is not a gift. It's something that you can learn, and that is like my story exactly. I wasn't like born with this at all. My dog died in 2013 now. And I went to an animal psychic, and then I was like, how do you do this? and I basically learned how to be psychic. And that's kind of all of what I teach. Being psychic is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the more reliable it is, the stronger it gets, the more you can use it. But just like any other skill, if you stop practicing it, then it's not as strong. Yeah, alrighty. Thank you, RBY. Thank you, everyone. So let's do speed readings. Yeah, try some Claire exercises. I've actually those are some of the most popular videos on my channel, even though I made them like forever ago. But I have a whole playlist of like Claire exercises. Also, while you guys are all here, I posted a poll on my like community tab of like what videos do you want to see more of. I feel like the last couple videos I posted were just like not your guys' thing. So I basically asked like, what do you want to see more of? So go ahead and answer that poll, or even tell me in the chat room. I'd love to know what you guys like about my channel, because I want to create content that's better for you. My goal for 2021 is to get monetized and to just be doing YouTube and doing classes with you guys and just honestly leave all my other work. That's what I want. Putting it out there. Anyway, let's do speed readings, guys. So I'm going to put away my cards. Speed readings are basically, it's actually a claircognizant exercise. And claircognizant is the 6th clair. And that's basically when things just come to you and it's a fast download. You don't know how you got it. You don't know if you heard it, if you saw it, if you felt it, if you smelt it, or you ate it, which is kind of odd. But sometimes those clairs do happen. It just comes to you. And so it's a claircognizant exercise. So all you have to do, guys, is throw your questions up in the comments, and I'm going to try to go through them quickly. And I just say what I get, and I don't second guess it. And yeah, we're going to go. What are Antonio's current intentions towards me? And YouTube is always hard because everyone wants to know about what someone else thinks about them. So I really have to like clean the slate between each of these, because that's what everyone asks on YouTube. It's interesting. Current intentions towards me. I feel meh about that, Priscilla. I just feel like there's not much there for him to be excited about. I'm sorry. But that doesn't mean you can't change it, is also what I'm hearing. Anything you can do to, I don't know, find common ground is what I'm hearing. I just start with friendship is what I'm hearing. What kind of exercises? Pan, check out I think I have Basic Psychic Skills Part 2, that playlist. That playlist is all Claire exercises. And so I have like Claire Audience, and I have a ton of exercises for Claire Audience. Or I think I just have a playlist called like exercises in general. Should I visit Texas early next year? I'm hearing yes, but what's the but? The weather? I'm hearing the weather, so maybe I don't know if you're trying to like go there to like go to the beach or something, but I'm hearing that the weather might be a little bit different than what you expect. What's my 2021 looking like? I'm immediately going to summer. Things will really change in summer. Things will get better, but if you want things to get better faster, I'm hearing like have a more positive outlook. Maybe you're feeling a little pessimistic about the future. There's no more questions. You guys can ask more than one. There's 11 people in here. You don't have any questions? I can't do speed readings without questions. You're welcome, Pan. It's funny. One of my guides is Pan. When I was learning shamanic journeying from, her name's Rena Sesho, and she's here in Colorado. She's a shamanic practitioner. We went to her house where she taught us everything, and I absolutely loved her house because literally every inch of her wall was filled with paintings of like guides or angels or saints, you know, just like literally she was non-denominational, but she put up like every sort of guide you could possibly think of, and I really connected with a painting of Pan, and so ever since he's been one of my guides. Is there job opportunities for me in Texas? I'm just getting, they're showing me a map like down south, Donna. I don't know. Yes. Anywhere else might be like, what's Amber's first impressions? I have to wipe that slate clean. And when I say wipe the slate clean, I am a huge advocate for, whenever you start a reading, even if you've already read that person before, you have to completely get rid of any bias, any previous readings that you've done for them. Because if you have all these biases and previous stuff in your brain that are kind of clouding your mind, you might be not seeing the correct or the best answer that could be coming through. Amber's first impressions of me. So I'm having a hard time clearing that reading, is what I'm trying to say. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. What's that mean? That's odd. I'm seeing her say 1, 2, 3, like she's taking baby steps towards you. Like she has a plan of actually like coming towards you and like doing more to be like, oh, I'll try this next time to maybe see if he wants to like hang out. I feel like my guides are also like, this is what you did, and that's what I did when I was like into somebody. I was like, well, today I'll wear this, and then tomorrow, if they still don't react, then maybe I'll ask them this question. I think she's definitely interested, even if like outwardly she doesn't seem like it. I think she is. Will I be moving closer to my family in the near future? I'm seeing 50-50. I'm seeing two choices, Angie, that are equal, and it's literally just whichever you want to choose. I'm leaning towards family because it's better mental health wise, it's better happiness wise, but it's going to cause other problems. I'm seeing like, financial and like career, but it's not anything you can't figure out. You just have to adjust. Do you see me moving anywhere new in 2021? I immediately thought of like the Chicago area, like north, the Midwest, but like north, like those states up there. What's up there? Not Minnesota, but like by the lakes. Maybe. And again, if you any of these questions that are yes or no questions, and they're about the future, it's kind of like just know that the answer could change because it's about the future, and know that with yes or no questions, you're really only leaving two options, yes or no. So what if the answer was a yes, but, and I'm trying to basically ask that also. And so I'm seeing for you, Danielle, you could move up there, but it has to be offered to you. I don't know if you're like waiting for like a work thing to happen. Um, any of the decisions like this, you guys can make. Yes, you could move somewhere. You could move closer to your family. It could happen super quick, but if you don't make it happen, then it's not going to happen. There's, a lot of this isn't just like fate. A lot of it is you have to tell the universe, I want this to happen. They'll meet you halfway. So what I'm trying to say for both Angie and Danielle is like, I'm spending way too long on these. What I'm trying to say for both of you is like, yes, you can move, but you have to decide if you want to or not. Trying to get over an old crush. What's a perspective to help me look at it differently, move forward? That's not very nice advice. What I immediately saw was like, find their ugly parts. Like, what about them was unattractive? Maybe not physically, but emotionally, mentally. Because I think you're spending too much time on what was awesome, and maybe not the enough time on, if I got into this relationship, this probably wouldn't have worked. And that's not something I want. How's my brother doing on the other side? He's right here. He passed away 9 months ago. He's like sending me heat. I've never had that happen before. Like my whole left side is hot. I'm asking what that means. Love? Interesting. Interesting. I'm not a very clairsentient person. So maybe he was very clairsentient because he's sending me the feeling of heat and he's assigning an emotion to it, which is very interesting. He's doing good. He wants to talk to you more. I feel like there's things he wants to communicate. Nothing bad, nothing scary, just like he wants to find closure for himself and for you guys by communicating messages. Last question. Is moving to an apartment beginning 2021 the right move and why? Immediately, I'm feeling like a little bit later on a timeline. Maybe just wait, maybe like a month or two longer than you are thinking, but otherwise, an apartment is going to be good for you. Why? Because independence, because there's something, it's that card that I pulled earlier, coming to the edge, jumping and doing something scary. There's going to be something good for you there. It's like that self-reliance. It's the, oh crap, I have to like come up with the money to do this. But because of it, you're going to get out of that rut that I was talking before, the rut that I was talking about before. Michigan. Is there any improvement I can make in my daily routine that will be of most benefit? I just saw like a nun right away, and I'm asking what that means. Like prayer, like daily meditation, connecting with, whatever you believe in. Sir Jester, I guess that's the message there. The nun is a symbol to me, and so I asked what that symbol meant, and I'm getting it's to spend time with your intuitive side, spend time with the things that you believe in. Maybe even if it's just like pulling a tarot card each day to ask like what should I know about today or something like that. Will I succeed in my art business? If you try, is what I hear. Maybe there's some slack mentality there or procrastination. What's the runt? I'm going to guess rut. What's the rut? Wipe my slate clean. What's the rut? Progress is immediately what I heard. Progress. You're welcome, Pan. Trying to increase my income and look for work. I have different career fields I can move forward towards. Any advice that would be a good focus area? I'm leaning towards the left. Why am I leaning towards the left? I'm also hearing east, which is the opposite. I think you're being torn. I'm hearing pick one. Pick one. And it doesn't mean you have to let go of the others, but pick one and just move forward on that one. Because I'm seeing like if you're giving just a little bit of time to each of them, it's not as fast like money wise. I think you still should do that so that you can grow all of them, but pick one and focus on it. Hey Jordan, yes, I'm doing speed readings, guys. So if you are watching, throw up your question, and I'm just trying to give really quick answers. And you're not limited to just one. You're welcome. Please subscribe, guys. Let me know also what types of videos you like to see. I did a poll on my community page. Oh, that might be too quiet. I want to make more content that you guys actually like and you want to watch. Because I need to get my watch hours up. I'm mattress shopping. Would I be happy with the Casper brand? That's a good question, Donna. Immediately I saw longevity. Like it's gonna be like I feel like you're gonna be super comfortable, but it's not gonna last long. Which is not a problem. It just might mean that you have to like buy another one sooner. I've recently been communing with a spiritual being whose name starts with M on my way to spiritually transit, making progress. My cat is meowing at me. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Probably not through this microphone. So Jordan, I see your like progression being like this, and it feels like you're sort of plateauing and things might get better and things might get worse. And I'm seeing that the advice there is to just find something that works for you better. So maybe you're doing like automatic writing and maybe that doesn't quite work for you, or maybe you're pulling tarot cards and it's just like sometimes you get really good readings and sometimes you don't. So I'm getting like to explore other options of connecting intuitively, because then you might find something that actually sticks a lot better. You know, maybe it's that shamanic journeying works better for you than meditation. So just explore. There's so many facets out there of psychic work. It's ridiculous. And I do not know them all. There's astrology, there's palm reading, there's channeling, there's automatic writing, there's mediumship, there's those funny rods, there's the tuning forks, there's pendulums, there's scrying. I mean, there's so much. How can I be better at making decisions? Just make them, is what I heard. Yeah, and I think your guys are trying to be like, you're putting too much weight into it. Like, you don't have to like spin 3 times and stand on your head to make the best decision. Like, it's just making it. And when you build it up into like, oh well, if I meditate better or if I do this, I will be a better decision maker. They're like, that's not the case. It's just chance, and you're gonna know as soon as you made that decision if it's gonna work or not, and you can always recorrect. That's what they're saying. Am I doing things right with my meditations? I'm getting a lot of monkey mind hang. So like I feel like when you're meditating, you're just like, it's really hard for you to get out of that monkey mind state. So find ways that you can get centered a little bit better. And I have some videos on that, like ways to be, I think it's like ways to be present, exercises for being present. So hang, what I'm getting is the more you can get rid of that monkey mind, the better. The clearer information that you can get. So maybe that's listening to music beforehand. Maybe that's doing a candle meditation instead of listening to music. I just feel like you have a lot of other stuff going on in your brain, and so it's a lot harder for you to like figure out what's being said. Yeah, Jordan, that totally happens. I mean, just reach out, explore different things, and you might find something really interesting that works better. Should I move on to doing something else to focus on doing? Oh, how funny. That's exactly what your question was. So I think you were already like intuiting it. I would try something else. And hang, maybe even look into shamanic journeying. Now that I say it, I don't feel like that's right for you. But so it's like, it's that intention. Find something else that might work. I'm on my spiritual path. Is there anything my guides want to tell me? You're doing great. Cut out more time to connect with us. Draw a picture of us. That's cool. I'm getting that if you want to connect with like a certain guide more, or just feel more of that clarity, like print out a picture or draw a picture of what you think they look like and put it somewhere that you see often. And then every time you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's my guide. And then you're just going to automatically start connecting with them more. How's my spiritual journey overall right now besides communing with them? There is no grade, there's no scale, there's no right or wrong. This is me saying this, not intuitive. There's I wish I could remember the quote, but there's this thing about spiritual journeys that people like to, and I think this is unfortunately comes from a lot of organized religion of, you're here on your spiritual journey and you have to be here. But I really see it as like an axis, and you're on the center, you're on point, or you're just a little bit off, and you have to just constantly kind of come back to the path. Does that make sense? I don't know. But I think when we imply that, I think the quote that I was thinking of has something to do with like, you have to suffer, you have to go through suffering, you have to go through hardship in order to become more spiritually enlightened. And that's a very like religion based thought. And it's like, what if what if spirituality is easy? What if connecting to your guides is easy? What What if your intuition and psychic ability, what if strengthening that is easy? And so I'm getting Jordan to reframe your mind when you tell yourself that you have such a long way to go or you're not there yet. You set the intention that you're not very good at it. So even just setting the intention that I'm psychic, I'm connecting, I'm getting closer to my goal, whatever that may be. I think that's sort of the mindset that you need to be having more, because there's no like ceiling, there's no top of the ladder to achieve. That's my personal bias. So if you're not satisfied with that answer, maybe pull some cards. Kitty, he's like, come out. All right, anybody else? I'm gonna give you like one more minute. Throw up any questions that you have before I wrap up. I love those last couple of questions. Those are great. It's funny how you guys are all kind of like feeding off of each other and you're coming up with questions. It's interesting. Jordan's got one more. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to check me out when I'm going to be live next time. Description below, either on my Facebook or my website. I always put up the next event. Would I be happy moving to Texas? I'm getting no. Donna, I feel like I can tell you're really like going back and forth on this decision. I would really like make a pros and cons list. And whatever it is that you're like most afraid of, whatever you're most hung up on, I feel like it can be changed. I feel like it can be worked out. Maybe it's that you feel like you have to move to Texas because of money, but the rest of it is just like, I wouldn't be interested there. I wouldn't like it there. Then, figure out how you can make money where you're at now. How can I communicate with my brother? I'm hearing automatic writing. I don't know why that keeps coming up a lot today. Pan, I'm also feeling, actually, and I wanted to say this earlier, but I didn't want to say it because there's a whole ethics thing as a psychic. You shouldn't be like, oh, go out and see me later, like call me later and, pay me money and I'll give you the information later. That's like a huge no. And if you see any psychics that are like, oh, come back in a month, come back to me next time, that's like huge red flag. Don't go there. So that's why I don't say that. But I was feeling like your brother has a lot to say. And so going to a psychic first or a medium, I think is going to be in your best interest. I'm actually particularly feeling like that's not me. I feel like somebody else might communicate with him better than I could, which I almost never say that. But yeah, I'm just getting like, start with another psychic and then sort of get into developing your own psychic ability. Oh, how perfect, Danielle. That's awesome. Are there any messages for me? I'm like, Harmony, I'm immediately drawn to your little profile picture. And so I'm like, okay, that's got to be a message. And I'm seeing like the beach and like rest, relaxation, take a break. I feel like you're just like hyperventilating. Like, I feel like that's the energy you have right now. It's like chaotic. Take a break, take some time for yourself. Yeah. Recently I've been dealing with my monkey mind. Excuse me. When I say monkey mind, I mean like when you're meditating and you can't shut off the like, oh, after this I need to go do this. I need to, put this on my grocery list. I need to go buy this. That's what I mean by monkey mind. I feel extreme fear and anxiety. I'm just seeing meditation, like keep at it, doing things. I feel like there's more to it, Jordan, which is why I'm struggling there. I feel like I would spend time and figure out why you're feeling anxious. I feel like it's not just one thing. But sitting with it, meditating, asking questions, seeking out knowledge on it, talking to other people. I think you're gonna pull apart the pieces and realize, oh, it's actually a lot of things going on here that I can individually tackle. Thank you, Donna. Let me know what you want to see more of. I want to make good videos for you guys. Doing Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation. If you believe it, hey, your guides are like, they're like, they're kind of being silly with you. They're like, I don't know. Do you believe that you're gonna manifest it? Any spirit messages for me? Bianca, I'm immediately getting like the people around you might be a little bit toxic. Maybe think about the people that you're hanging out with. Can you get rid of any of them? Can you reset? What's the phrase? There's like a phrase of like the 7 people you're around the most is like who you are most like, or you are most like the 7 people that are around you. And Bianca, I feel like there's people holding you back and you're not able to reach your best potential either in relationships or money because of the crappy people around you. Is there anything that my friend Billy wants to know who passed away? Breathe, Matt. He's saying you let too many people control you, Matt. Like too many people tell you what to do, set your life, set your agenda. It's like, what do you want to do, Matt? That's what he's saying. Like, what do you? I feel like maybe you have a girlfriend or a mom or somebody who's just like, oh, and then you got to do this and then you got to do that. It's like, Matt, what do you want? He's like grabbing you by your shirt. What do you want, Matt? Just finished an 8-mile hike. Oh, that's a lot. Mm. Absolute turtellini. It's more like my mind is hungry. If so, I'll say absolute turtling. Check out the video that I did about shutting off your psychic ability. If you are doing any sort of intuitive work and you feel negative energy, my number one thing is stop, turn off your psychic ability. Do not connect until you feel like you have better control of your ability and connecting to spirits. I do not advocate this work if you are just brand new to this, because you can invite in a lot of negative stuff. What's holding me back from manifesting? Knowledge is what I'm hearing, and it has not come yet. I feel like kind of Turtle, what you're doing is you're placing too much on the how. The rituals. You're like, well, if I do the ritual, it's gonna work, right? And I feel like you don't understand quite how it works, and I feel like you have to connect both the ritual to the mental stuff. It's not just about deeply wanting something. It's also knowing that if you want to manifest something, you have to make changes. You have to meet spirit halfway. It doesn't just come to you. It doesn't just fall in your lap. You have to do something out of your comfort zone a little bit. You have to tell the universe, this is what I want. It's not just like throwing a coin in the wishing well. I'm also thinking of the video that I did. It's a book review. It's called I think it's called Lucky Bitch. You might not be a girl, and it might not be exactly the language that you like, but check out that book because it's all about manifesting and how to manifest. It's technically about money, but I see that book as more about how to manifest anything in general. So maybe watch my review on that book, and if you feel like it resonates, check it out. How can I determine if my current guy is someone I could stay with eventually, Mary? How can I determine? That's a great question. I'm hearing anchor. I'm hearing why. Asking yourself why. Why am I with this person? And if you can answer that question in a positive way, that's how you're going to know. But if you ask that question of yourself, Donna, and you're like, why am I with this person? And you're like immediately like for the money, or like for security because I'm scared, or because I'm like codependent, um, because I feel guilt, because I feel like I have to take care of them. If there's any of that negativity, then that's probably the red flag of knowing like when it's no longer working. It's like they just want you to know your why. Why are you together? If it's for love, it's for happiness, if it's for bettering yourself, if it's a positive thing, then I would say keep going with it. And that doesn't mean that if one day you ask yourself, why am I in this relationship, and something negative is there, that means you have to like get out of the relationship. It's more of like a, wow, okay, if that's what I think of the relationship right now, maybe I can do some things to change it or change my perspective, or, you know, communicate with this other person so we can make things better. Is there anything I have to worry about in particular towards my spiritual safety? Again, I'm hearing like boundaries. I know I said before, like I need to wipe the slate clean, but turtle, like I'm just getting a lot of inexperience in like you don't have a lot of knowledge about this, and so I would spend some time on learning how to set boundaries, learning how to connect correctly to spirits. You know, knowing that you're talking to things for your highest and best good and not anything just negative. Yeah. Awesome, guys. I think I'm going to cap it there. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to check me out next time, check out the links in the description below. And on my Facebook and on my website, you can figure out when I'm going to be live next. I try to go live at least twice a month. I want to do it more, but I will put it up there when I'm going live next. If you want a reading with me, you can now book online. You can choose an email reading, you can choose a phone call, you can choose a video call like this. You can also do, I'm going to start offering like an audio version. So it's just like me recording my voice and sending you the audio file. But yeah, you can book readings with me there. Also, virtual events. Normally, I just do events in person, but COVID has made me kind of rethink how to do some of the stuff. So I'm offering like one-on-one readings if you have an event, a group of people over, also spirit circles. And I'm trying to think what else. There's a ton on there that you can check out. Please subscribe. Please watch my videos. Let me know in that poll that I posted what you guys want to see more of, what videos you like, because I want to put content up that is interesting and is effective and helps you guys out. What else? I think that's it, guys. You're welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for subscribing. I love hanging out with you guys, and I want to do it more. I don't want to keep dragging this on. I'm trying to think if there's like anything else I should let you guys know about. I have a newsletter if you want to sign up for my newsletter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, also on Twitter. And then I have, if you guys want to learn how to strengthen your psychic abilities, I have video courses. So all of the content on YouTube is free. But if you want like all the information condensed in one, I have video courses. The only course I have up right now is basic psychic skills, and I teach you everything that I do, just the basic psychic connecting. And if you want just part one, you can buy part one by itself. You can buy part two by itself, or you can buy part 1, 2, and 3 as like a full package. And part one is basically like kind of what I was talking about with Turtle, is like boundaries, how to set up boundaries, how to make sure you're connecting, how to make sure that you know you're turning your psychic ability on and off. Because if you can't turn that off and you're walking through like Target and you're picking up everyone else's crap, you need to know how to turn off your psychic ability. And then part 2 is the more advanced stuff. It's like, okay, you know you have the basics, you know how to protect yourself. How do I actually get information? How do I connect to my clairs? How do I connect to my guides? Part 3 is like the more advanced stuff of like, okay, I've been reading for a while. How do I get unstuck? How do I read for other people? So that's kind of like my basic psychic course that I have up there. That's on my website as well. And that's just a video course that you can go through. I give you tons of homework, tons of practice stuff. I also have a Facebook group. So if you want to practice, you can come into the Facebook group and we all read and sort of just get that psychic skill honed in that group. And currently, I'm still editing my animal communication course. So if you want to know how to connect with your animals, I am editing that. It's going to take a while, but I like to make my courses really long and really condensed so that you guys can feel, or that is an oxymoron, really long, but lots of information so that you guys can feel like you don't have to be searching through all my YouTube videos and just getting little bits of information. I like to give you everything so that once you're done with the course, you can move forward and just, I don't know, be able to read from then on out. The other thing I was going to say actually is I'm building my own tarot deck. It is taking me forever. It is taking me literally years. But I've basically been, I have I should call it an oracle deck. I'm building an oracle deck. I'm almost done with, like, I basically have to come up with the first 10 cards, and then I can send it out to publishers and be like, will you publish this? Will you take this? And then I'll have to design the rest of the cards after that. But I've at least written the book and come up with the names for all the cards and the descriptions. I just have to get it designed. I'm deciding if I want to do like a Patreon for that, or some sort of something so that I can raise money to get those built for you guys. But it's such a cool deck, and there's literally no other deck out there like this, which is why I'm sort of keeping it a secret. But I hope to one day have it available for you guys. But I've almost got the first 10 out of like 50 or 60 cards done, which is, it seems like a big goal, but I hope that you guys are excited and might be interested in looking into it soon. But I'm sort of thinking that I might announce it and show you guys the first couple of cards now or soon, so that maybe we can all help each other try to get them built so that you guys can get them. All right. Sorry, Lightning Spark, I'm jumping off, but normally, yes, you could donate for a question. I've just been on too long, and I've actually got a private reading here soon that I have to get ready for. So thank you guys so much. Please subscribe. Please check out my videos, and let me know what you want to see more of, please. It helps me create better content for you guys. And again, I want to be doing YouTube solely this next year. I want to just basically be on here like my end goal is like 2 to 3 times a week I'm getting on YouTube and either doing a live video or just a new recorded video. And I just want to help you guys learn how to develop your psychic ability. So thank you. I will see you guys next time. Bye.